Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Your Daily Sun. Man, it feels good to say that. Today is Friday, the 22nd of March, 2024, and today I'm drinking just a normal kind of platonic rice latte. I just kind of threw this together. It's my second cup, much like every other episode. I'm on cup number 2 by the time I'm filming, but it's doing the job, and I'm thankful for it. This episode is sponsored by the subscribe button. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as share the video. While you're at it, may as well click that notification bell as well. Make sure you stay up to date with everything I'm doing here on Your Daily Sun. Once again, huge shout out to our sponsors and our executive producers. If you want to sponsor an episode of Your Daily Sun, reach out to me at yourdailysun@gmail.com. And if you want to become an executive producer or just a producer, any type of patron, please check out the Patreon. It's going to be linked down in the description below. It's going to be patreon.com/yourdailysun. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love that you're here with us this morning. Today, I am thankful for this show. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I have been working on this show for a little bit now. I'm still pretty new on YouTube when it comes to this specific show, but I'm thankful for the show today. I feel like a lot of progress has been made in the last week, and I feel like where I am now with the show and where we are with the show has evolved already in a way that I'm just very pleased with, and I love seeing all the interactions. I love seeing all the support. We've gotten a good amount of views, more views than I was expecting, frankly, and I'm just really, really thankful for that. And I'm also thankful for a successful rebrand. So thank you so much for hanging tight with us as we do this and as we make this show. And yeah, I just want to thank you for that. So, let me know what you're thankful for in the comments below. Be sure to be good to each other today and be good to yourselves, especially today. Drop in the comments what you're thankful for today, or if you want to start a conversation of any kind. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. So we are going to be moving on to today's moment in history. Today in history, the Stamp Act was imposed on American colonies. That was 1765. In an effort to raise funds to pay off debts and defend the vast new American territories won from the French in the 7 Years' War, which was 1756 to 1763, the British government passed the Stamp Act on March 22nd, 1765. The legislation levied a direct tax on all materials printed for commercial and legal use in the colonies, from newspapers and pamphlets to playing cards and dice. Now, it goes on to talk more about it. Obviously, this led eventually to the revolution that got us our independence, and this was sort of the beginning of the end for us being a colony. But read more about it, history.com. Today in history, 1765, the Stamp Act was imposed on the American colonies. So we are going to be moving on to more news today. Firstly, we're going to be starting off with the weather. I know it's a little bit of a later show today, but if you're on your way to your work or if you are commuting somewhere else today, we want to make sure you're staying informed and staying in the know so that you have a better idea of what the commute is going to look like. It's looking like today we are going to be having a little bit more precipitation than normal. It's looking a little bit cloudy, a little bit rainy across a large portion of the U.S. West Coast, especially towards more northern states like Washington. We are going to be seeing some precipitation coming down from Canada. It's looking like obviously the sort of southern states as well, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, all of those are going to be seeing a good amount of rain today, it looks like, including the Great Lakes area. The Great Lakes area, more than likely, we're going to take a look at temperatures, but more than likely that's more snow and sleet than rain. Those Great Lakes winters will really kill you. But having said that, it's looking like just a lot more precipitation across the board, across most parts of the United States. We are going to take a look at that precipitation graph right now, and it's looking like I was correct here. It's some more snow, sleet, and then some more rain here, especially in the southern states, and a little bit of rain, it looks like, sort of towards the western seaboard as well. Temperature-wise, we are a little bit more mild, but we're still getting a lot of that cold front down from the north up to and including in some of the more northeastern states and northeastern seaboard. We are still in the low temperatures. We're looking at about 30s this morning, it looks like, especially around the Great Lakes area and especially northern United States. But the southern states, as well as some of the western seaboard, we're seeing more like 50, 60 degrees. So hang in there. Spring is definitely on its way. We are officially in spring, but hang tight for that warmer weather. I would say, though, that if you are commuting anywhere, If you're going indoors into your office, just bring like a light jacket or a hoodie, just something to protect you from the elements. Want to make sure you're playing it safe today. If you're working outside, just bring whatever you can to stay dry. So that's our weather for today. We are going to be moving on to some more news today. Today's news is actually very fun and exciting, and I only have one story for you today, but it's something that I really wanted to talk about, and it's also viewer submitted. So if you want to submit a story, there is a good chance that I'll talk about it. So submit your stories to yourdailysun@gmail.com. I'll more than likely at the very least read it. If not, use it for the show and you can get that credit. So we are going to move on to that story. Where's the worst place you've ever left your car? Maybe you grabbed a suspect parking spot and came back with a ticket on your windshield. Maybe you got parked in at a concert one time. For as much as those things suck, I doubt anyone has ever had to deal with this. A 2001 Volvo S80 parked on its own small island in the middle of Lake Ottawa in Illinois. This is a phenomenal story. This is real, by the way. I know this looks like it could be like AI generated, but it is absolutely a real thing. This is parked in the middle of Lake Ottawa, about 84 miles from Chicago, Illinois. And it seems to be just that this Volvo has its own sort of private stretch of land, but the story is actually a little bit more complicated than that. There's a better photo of it right there, just in the middle of Lake Ottawa. And it's crazy looking too, because the car itself is so inconspicuous. Like if you saw a Volvo on the street, you'd be like, that's just, I don't know, this is like a normal looking car. It's like the most unsuspect car ever. But the fact that it's just in the middle of this lake, and once again, that is a better photo right there, just so funny looking. But the story goes a little bit deeper. Apparently, this has turned into sort of a bit of a phenomenon in the state of Illinois. People come far and wide to go take a look at the Volvo on the lake. It has 200 reviews on Google Maps and it has a rating of 4.9 out of 5, which is better than many famous museums or restaurants. That's hilarious. The actual story of how it got there, though, is pretty funny. So apparently, an individual by the name of Scott Mann, who owns a couple car dealerships in the area, parked the car there, and he did it on purpose. The lake at one point had a peninsula. It had a little bit of a stretch of land coming from the shore into more towards the middle of the lake, and he parked the car there knowing that that area would be flooded. The area flooded because it used to be a mine, and ever since, it's just been stranded in the middle of the lake. He originally was going to make it a competition to have people try and guess and figure out how the car got there, but he's a really kind man, apparently, because he actually decided to stave off the competition part of the mystery because he was really afraid that people would try and swim out to the car. And the lake is pretty deep in some places. It actually goes down to about 38 feet deep, which is that's deep enough to definitely cause problems. So he basically gave up his plans at making it more of a competition, and now it's just kind of a local mystery. It's a local little attraction. My favorite quote, by the way, from this is that someone apparently called it a life-changing experience, and he claims that he's going to take his family there every year as tradition. But anyway, all that to say, a 2001 Volvo S80 in the middle of Lake Ottawa, and Scott Mann, he was considering turning it into a place for advertising, but true to the legend himself, he decided not to do it because he thought that it would kill the mystery. He could have used that as free advertising for any of his businesses, but he was like, you know what? It's more important that it stays pure to the mystery and true to form. And honestly, I applaud that. I think this is phenomenal. Let's take a look at it one more time. It's just so funny looking. Just look at this. Anyway, that really tickled me this morning. Look it up if you want to read more about it. There are going to be links in the description to these articles that I'm showing you guys here today. Take a look, formulate your own opinion. I want to hear about your opinion regarding the 2001 Volvo in the middle of Lake Ottawa in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let's start a conversation. Having said that, we are going to move on to the rest of the show. That just really tickled me. I loved that story. I was cackling this morning while listening to that. We are going to move on to the artist highlight of the day. Today's artist highlight is actually coming from Who's Next Show, at Who's Next Show on Instagram. This is an artist that I've been following for quite some time. I love their content. They're extremely, extremely funny. They do sports commentating. I hesitate to even call it that because I'm not really a sports fan, and I'm following this account. They are so funny. They do more like humor-esque sort of commentary on sports, and they will usually highlight like a player and all of the crazy plays that they made in their sport. I'm going to show you one of them. This is my favorite. It's actually so funny, and I'm just going to show it to you real quick.
Feet 360, gentlemen. 7 feet 360. Connor Williams, Big Cozy. All right, where's number 50 in honor of Zach Randolph? Shout out Zebo. Shout out Zebo. First things first, Big Cozy shoots nothing but fucking green beans from behind the arc, boys. Nothing but fucking green beans. I'll tell you what, let's take a look at the high school tape. All you're going to see is pure poetry and pure finesse at the perimeter from 55. We're just going up with it every time. Somebody get a hand in Big Cozy's face, please. Somebody get a hand in his face. We're not missing, right? I'm stepping right into my shot, catch and shoot right over top. Bang, bang. Too little, too small. I tell you what, a man at this stature dominating from the perimeter like he does, it opens the door. It opens the door for the back of basket game. Offensive rebounds, finding guys down low. That's Big Cozy, right? Here we go. Let's go to work. Drop step. I got my guy again. Bring the double. I dare you. Double team Big Cozy. See what happens. Get up. A little pass fake. Drop step with the right. Drop step with the right. Good pass. Good pass. Inbounder. Good pass, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. I'm sorry. I'm in a mood this morning. That tickled me because this one just dropped, and I followed this account. Anyway, check out Who's Next Show on Instagram. They are so funny. If you like what you saw, please drop them a follow. They're a pretty big account, but they are severely underrated. They are so funny. So if you like the content you just saw, they post a lot of reels. Go check them out on Instagram. They're going to be linked down below in the description. Artist highlight of the day, Who's Next Show. We are going to move on to my favorite section, the Small Creator Club. We're going to be talking today about Jamester PD. Now, Jamester PD on YouTube is a gaming YouTuber, but he does more niche, more retro sort of, I don't want to say speed running. It's more like he kind of delves into very specific tactics for speed running, like glitching and other things like that. Having said that, he does a lot of retro Nintendo videos, and it's pure sound. He doesn't do a whole lot of commentary. So if you're interested in that sort of thing for ASMR or just for seeing how someone tackles these older games from like a speedrunning perspective, Jamester PD is your guy. Let's take a look at one of his clips. We are going to pause it there. I know I paused it at a great moment, but we are going to pause it there. I want you to take a look at his channel for yourself. Don't want to spoil it here. Again, pure sound, really good ambiance. I love his channel, actually. So give him a sub, dude. 685 subscribers. Let's get him to 1,000. Severely underrated. And once again, that's going to be James PD on YouTube. That's at Jamester 592. I'm sorry, Jamester PD on YouTube. At Jamester 592. It's going to be linked in the description below. Jamester, thank you so much for being today's Small Creator of the Day. Let's get him to 1,000. Severely underrated, and he makes some great content. Also, there's a lot of content to catch up on. I just want to highlight how many videos he's uploaded. 2,000, over 2,000 videos. So please drop him a sub. He's put the work in clearly, and he absolutely deserves it. So we are going to move on now to the quote of the day, and we are going to begin to sort of finish off our show here. Today's quote of the day: success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. By Robert Collier. That is such an apt quote. I think that anyone that is watching this show, anyone that is on YouTube, anyone that is a creator or seeking to run after a dream or work on a project, I think that is sort of it in a nutshell. Success and where you want to be is not a lightning strike. It's not I just got really lucky. It is just honing, practicing, putting in the work, and it's doing it consistently. And before you know it, you'll get there. You will. I think it was Casey Neistat that said that the difference between where I am and where I want to be is just a certain amount of work. And I love that. And that is really accurate as well. Whatever is standing between you and your dreams is just some things to get done. It's just a list of things, whether itemized or not, or things that maybe will surprise you, things that you didn't see coming. Regardless, though, it's just a certain amount of tasks. You get them all done, and you'll be there. So thank you, Robert Collier, and thank you, Brainy Quote, for today's quote. With that being said, we are going to move on to our affirmations of the day, and I'm so excited because it is Friday. You did it. You made it to Friday. You made it to the end of the week, and I could not be more proud of you. And you know what? You should be proud of yourself. It was a long road getting here. There were ups and there were definitely downs, but you persevered. You worked hard, and you got yourself to this point. So practice some self-love today. Treat yourself to a nice meal, go for a walk, see a movie, hang out with friends, whatever you need to do today to celebrate your achievements. You make sure that you make time for that. Work is good and work is admirable, but it's only tenable if you congratulate yourself once you've completed it. Congratulations and great job this week. With that being said, thank you so much for watching today's episode. That will do it for today. Big thanks to Your Daily Sun's sponsors, executive producers, and just all of the patrons, anyone that watches, supports the show. If you would like to see your name listed here as an executive producer, as a producer, please consider joining the Patreon. You'll get access to exclusive content, merchandise, and community found nowhere else. If you have art or a channel that you want to share and have featured on this show, there it is, yourdailysun@gmail.com, and that's the Patreon link as well. They're both going to be linked down in the description as well. But send me an email if you want to become a sponsor of the show, and if you want to see your name, your company, your brand highlighted here, and if you want to become that sponsor, email me at yourdailysun@gmail.com, and we can start that conversation. Having said that, I'm proud of all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. I know I will. Take that time to relax, take that time to care for yourself and reset for Monday. And I'll see you on Monday. Peace out. Take care.